All right, hello friends, and welcome to a new vlog on my channel. So if you've been here for any amount of time, you'll recognize from the background here that I am currently not at home. I am at my dad's house, babysitting his dog for, it's like almost a week, but not quite, but it's more than half of a week, an amount of time while he is on vacation. And you might be asking yourself, Kit, no, you're not Kit, I'm Kit. Now you may be asking, Kit, what do you have planned this week? Like, what is this vlog going to be about? And the answer to that question is, I don't know. I'm just here. We're gonna vlog, we're gonna chat, we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna hope for the best. So today is Tuesday. It's currently, you can't see that anyway. I like showing you what time it is, but you can't see it. It's 1:30. Have y'all seen, by the way, I changed the background of my phone. It used to be Cove Holden, and now it's Silas from Love and Deep Space. I don't have a problem, I swear. I have a lot of things that I brought with me. I can't decide what I want to do. It's been like an hour and a half since my dad left to go on vacation, and I'm still like, I don't know what I want to start with. So we'll just list them, all the different activities that we can do. For one, I am going to try and live stream while I am here, my little video game playing that I always do. I always, almost every single night, start streaming games at 9:30 p.m. So I can't do that right now because it's currently 1:30 p.m. But you know, later, those are my plans. I've been recently trying to learn how to draw, so I brought that notebook. I brought my laptop a couple days ago. I got really inspired to write a little one-shot fanfic. It was 14 pages, 3,500 or maybe even closer to 4,000, I can't really remember words, all in one day. I was just in the zone. So I brought my laptop. I could do more of that. I could crochet, which is the good thing to do perhaps with all the different things I'm wanting to do for my business, the new collection that I'm supposed to be dropping whenever I finish it. But I don't really want to right now. I brought video games, of course, just for me to play casually. A book. I could read a book. Recently it was Stuff Your Kindle Day. I got a couple of new books from there, like 15 or so. I didn't want to go too crazy. So I think I now have close to 500 books that I need to read on my Kindle. So we could choose one of those. I started volume 3 of Dumb Husky and His White Cat Shizun. I think I read 2 pages and then I was tired and I went to bed. I fell asleep. So we could do that. Exciting, I know. Since it's Tuesday, we're not going to have Monday night pizza night. That was last night. We did have pizza though. Don't worry. I don't know why that's just like a thing. Every single time that I'm here, it's Monday night pizza night. Otherwise, I'm rambling. Started the video. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here, look at all my options, think about it, and let's have a week together up until Friday. So today's Tuesday. Maybe it is half a week. Let's see where it goes. I decided that since I already had my drawing book out, I might as well do some more drawing. So I went into the book that I am using, which is Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and I started doodling out the next lesson. Now it wants me to draw negative spaces, the spaces in between where the lines would be generally, and I thought that this table, which is sitting right across from me, would be a really interesting subject. So I started drawing it, started doing it as the lesson said, and there was just something not quite right about it. Like, it wasn't coming out the way that I hoped. There was just something weird. So I decided to go back to the lessons that I had learned from the previous book that I did, which was How to Draw in 30 Days, and focus on it more as a three-dimensional shape rather than the negative spaces. And I definitely like that a lot better than the negative spaces talk that we're doing here. Neither one necessarily comes out perfect, but I just don't agree with this negative spaces talk, which sounds so weird to say. You know, you're reading a book because you're trying to learn what it's teaching you, and then just being like, no, I don't agree with what it is saying. But it just seems easier. Like, even as I was reading the lessons before, it's like, oh, pay attention to like the negative space between these objects and how this makes its own shape. And I'm like, yeah, but also you could just draw the object. Like, I just don't agree with what it's saying. So we have these two photos of the same little table, and I definitely think that I liked the original way that I learned how to do this better. Okay, fun and exciting update, and by that I mean that sarcastically. Also, if you hear any noises in the background, it's Tiki, which I feel like in one of these videos you should know that, but he's currently eating breakfast at almost 5 p.m. I don't make the rules. His parents are gone. It's depression. I don't know what you want from me. So, we talked before about how I'm going to be streaming while I'm here, streaming at 9:30 p.m. EST. It's currently 5, just as I said. I was double checking and making sure that everything on my laptop was going to work out okay, and I did a little bit of this testing last night, first day that I was here, and I found that I am not going to be able to use my VTuber avatar that I have been using for the past month or so while streaming. And I was a little bummed about that, so I put it to the side for a little bit, and I was like, let me think of some ideas, let me figure this out later. There's nothing inherently wrong with using face cam, like, you're actively seeing my face right now, but I have high standards when it comes to streaming and video games and all of this, and I don't enjoy having a background in my camera. And so something like this, where I am showing my actual face, when I have my gaming computer, which is a $2,000 computer, so like, it better do good things. There are things that I can do to take out the background, like a green screen sort of thing. That's through like AI, because of the graphics card that I have, or having the VTuber, things like that. But on this laptop, I don't have that graphics card, and so I don't have access to those AI green screen features. Like we just said, it's just not powerful enough to do the VTuber. So I would have a background while I'm playing here. So I wrestled with that for a little bit, being like, is it okay if I have a background? Is it going to look stupid? Another thing is I wasn't thinking that this was going to happen, so I didn't bring my face cam light that I used in the past. So I would be a little bit in the dark, but not terribly. Like, it would be kind of similar to this, where the light's coming from behind me. You can't see my face as clearly as if I was facing this way, but it's not terrible. I have less standards when I'm vlogging, is what I'm saying. You know, so wrestling whether or not I can deal with that, whether that's okay, and I was like, it's what we've got though. The other thing that I would have to do is just not have a face cam at all, and not many people who watch video game videos enjoy not being able to see the person who's playing face, whether that's a VTuber avatar that just like represents their face or their actual physical face. Views for that sort of thing go way down if you don't have some sort of face cam or visual representation of you. So I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So just now I was checking with the thing to see whether or not I could use the webcam, and it was fine for the most part. I mean, I was sitting right here, so you could definitely not see my face with all this light in the background, but I would make it look more prettiful when I'm down there. By down there, I mean in the basement, because I set everything up in the basement so I could do this. Because I'm worried about like car noises as people are driving by. I'm worried like just general, the refrigerator in the kitchen, whether you'd be able to hear that, the AC coming on. There's a lot of variables to this. Anyway, so I decided I was going to do a little bit of a test. I don't want to test actually streaming, because I don't think you can do that. I think you just go live, try it out. And I didn't want people to be able to observe my testings, so I did a test recording where I just hit the record button, and the GPU usage in Task Manager shot up 25% just by like hitting the record button, because it's actively encoding the video and recording and all of this stuff that it does behind the scenes, technical things. So that makes sense. But I was also thinking about how when I'm streaming, it would be doing encoding for streaming and then also recording in the background. And looking at my tests from yesterday, at around 70 to 75% GPU usage, my computer started to lag a little bit. Not terrible, but there was definitely a little bit of lag there where it was like, okay. And then also my fans were getting really hot. My battery life just went straight down into the dumpster. So not the best. I'm thinking maybe we should not hit around 70% GPU usage. So thinking about this, we were at about 55 to 60% GPU usage while recording. Fine. But then also thinking about the GPU usage, how much more it's going to be if I'm streaming while doing that. Like, we're definitely hitting 70 or even above. I could see like 80 to 90% just by like streaming while recording, while playing the game, while doing all this. And that's not even including some of the other apps that I normally have open while I'm streaming, like the chat. I didn't have the window open for Twitch because I wasn't, doing any tests with Twitch. So chat coming in, the alerts, the notifications, all of that, all this computing that the computer needs to do, that's just going to ramp it up even more. And I'm specifically focusing, it's not too big of a deal on CPU, though I didn't check and see what the exact numbers were with like cores and stuff like that. But in GPU in particular, I'm sorry, this is so advanced. I'm just like thinking about it from like a normal person's perspective. Like, you're just hearing me yap if you don't know what I'm talking about. Also, my camera's going to die. It's like, it just went into the red, but I'll wait until it starts blinking. I'm going to try to wrap this up though. Anyway, point remains, it's just a lot on the laptop, and so I don't think that I'll even be able to stream in general, let alone with all this other stuff that I've been doing. Just base general streaming, I don't think my laptop can handle it. So right now I'm trying to decide, like, I have to cancel. My laptop can't handle it. So I'm trying to decide like what to say and what to do, because I think I'd be okay with recording because we were hitting at about 55 to 60. That seems okay. Just like I said, not having the streaming on top of it, that will boost us up to like 80 or 90%. So I could be like, sorry, I can't stream this week, but I will record a lot and post that to YouTube, so that there's at least something. You get something out of it, but it's really quite a bummer. I'm trying to like be fast while I say this. It's really just upsetting to realize that I wouldn't be able to do anything like that, and I just now found this out, so I'm like still trying to devise a plan, but I just wanted to tell somebody, and that somebody's you. Congratulations. Okay, I charged my camera. I played on my laptop for a little bit. I last updated you at like 3, I think it was. It's currently midnight 30. Yikes. So I did end up just deciding that I guess I'm just not going to stream this whole week, even though I had a lot of really fun plans. Like there's some things that I was talking about on stream while I was still at home that I was like, oh, here's some plans that I have if I can make it work. Like, I'm really excited for it. And then I had some secret plans behind the scenes that I didn't tell anybody, but I was like, this will be really cool, I think. I can't do any of them. You're so right. I was just about to sigh and Tiki just sighed. Like, he's feeling my pain. He's right here. You can just barely see him. What is this? You can see his butt. I didn't try to record anything, because I was just like, I'm done. I'm just gonna play on my computer and just like watch things. So that's all that I did tonight. But thought that I should give you a little bit of an update before I toss this one into bed. So we'll try again tomorrow, I guess. I was thinking of different things that I could potentially do in order to fix it for next time, because this isn't going to be like the last time I'm ever over here at my dad's, right? Next time that I come, which is I think in a couple months from now, you know, what are the plans? What am I going to do? What's the thought process here? And my current idea, I have 2 of them, kind of. I have a Steam Deck. The problem is I can't, so you can like stream from your Steam Deck to your computer without like a capture card or anything, but I'm pretty sure you have to run the game through your computer as well. You're just controlling it on your Steam Deck. I always want to call it the Stream Deck because I also have a Stream Deck. So I don't think that would work, but I do own a capture card. I just have to get the cord for it because it came with one. I have no idea where it is. It's like a $10 cord. I could buy it at any moment, but I'm stupid and I never remember to do it. So the next time that I'm over here, I could do that, play games on my Steam Deck. That would take a lot of the computing and that off of my Steam Deck. Though still we have the problem of like, I was doing Pokemon Reborn and that maybe took 5% GPU, if that. The main problem is still like the VTube avatar and OBS and all that on the laptop and whether or not it can handle all of that. My other thought is I still technically speaking have my old laptop from way back when. I never deleted my files off of it, so I never like got rid of it. I could try to do like a 2 PC setup, but it's a 2 laptop setup. So I could have one doing, I don't know which one I'd do. Which one would be which. But I could have one that is doing the VTuber stuff and the game. And then the other computer could be working on like the stream stuff. That would be fine. Because I think OBS takes like 50% GPU. But that's just for recording. You know, something like that. I have ideas. The problem is just I can't exactly do them right now because like my other laptop is at home. I haven't touched it in like a year. My capture card is at home because I need to get the cord for it. I didn't think of these things before I came here, but I'm trying to develop a plan of what I can do next time. I don't want to bring my $2,000 gaming computer. It's not happening. You take a little tiny bump in the road and that thing's dead. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that. Imagine if I get into a car accident on the way here and my computer is just blown to smithereens. It's staying at home. But I definitely need to figure something out because the next time that I'm here, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm gonna be better prepared. We're gonna have something and we're gonna do it. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I just woke up, so if I don't look great, it's because I just woke up. So last night, Tiki woke me up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Not really like he woke me up, I just automatically woke up because he was at the edge of the bed. Yeah, open this one. There are neighbors, the windows where like it's closest to the neighbors. I always debate whether or not I want to open them, but that one's fine. It's the other one that like our window looks right into their living room. Then I'm like, we'll keep that one closed. Anyway, he didn't really wake me up as in like he was trying to get me. It was more like he was just sitting at the edge of the bed, and for some reason that always wakes me up. But his stomach was going crazy, and he had this sort of like look to him. Like I thought he was gonna throw up. Like he had that hanged head sort of thing. So I was like, okay. I let him down. He like wandered around in the living room for a little bit and then came back and wandered back up in the bed. And so I was like, that's the window that I won't open. So I was like, okay, you're gonna throw up or not? But I let him back into the bed and he was fine. But his stomach was still like rumbling. And so I was like, well, you ate breakfast at like 4 or 5 p.m. I can't remember exactly. You never had dinner, and it's currently 12 hours since you last ate. Maybe that's the reason why. So I got him, he loves carrots. Like this dog is part bunny, I feel like. So I got him 3 carrots. It's like, this will hold you over until we wake up later. And he didn't want a single one. So I don't know what to do with him. He's currently outside sunbathing, which I'm like, it's hot, but you know what? Do whatever. I guess I'm gonna make him breakfast anyway and hope that he eats it, but it's like, okay, what do you want? Why is your stomach grumbling? Feed it, please. I swear the weather is out to get me because it was supposed to start storming, like thunderstorming, at 4 p.m. today. And so I got Tiki out. I was like, listen, this is the last chance that we have to do anything outside before it's going to start storming. So like, you need to get your stuff done. I took him out at like 3 p.m. And then we just sat here and we waited. And the storm never came. I'm also supposed to be feeding the birds, the like bird feeder out there every day, but I didn't want to do it today because at 4 it was going to storm and I was worried about like water getting into the bird's seed or just the birds not coming because it's raining. I was just like, I'll save it for tomorrow. But then 4 o'clock came and the storm didn't. And so I checked and the weather app said that it was going to come at 5:15. Okay, you know what? I've been late before. It's okay if the storm's late. 5:15, rolled around, storm never came. Cool. I checked the weather app again. It said, because like before when we're talking about the storm's going to happen, it said 75% chance at 4 and then at 5:15. And a 99% chance at 9 p.m. So like it's going to storm. But 4 rolled around, 5:15 rolled around, and neither one of those times it stormed. So I just checked the weather a little bit ago and it said that it was at like a 20% chance that it was going to rain. And for reference, it's currently almost 8. Not that you could see this, but it's currently almost 8. So I was like, okay, I guess storm's not happening. So I went outside with the dog, took him out, he ran around for a little bit. I decided, you know what? Let me put bird seed in the bird feeder. Let me feed the birds, even though there's only like an hour of daylight left. Like, let them have a little bit of a snack before bed. I don't know. It's currently thundering outside. Like, the storm is not here yet, it's not raining, but you can hear it in the distance heading this way, and it's like, of course. The time that I give up and I decide the storm's not coming, it starts coming. But anyway, to give you a little bit of an update on my day and what I've been doing, because I've done a lot, but none of it was things that I was like, we should record this. I did a couple more lessons. Remember, like, the whole art thing? That stuff was from yesterday. I did one just like general, this is what a head looks like. This would be a lot easier if I just took the camera down and pointed it at the page instead of holding the page up, but oh well. This is what a head looks like. Hopefully you can see that. And then we had, there is this drawing of, I forget who it's by, but it's called like Madam X or something, and so it wanted me to copy that, like not trace it, but look at it, put it down on the paper. And so I did that, and it's not the best. Also, I don't understand why she has male pattern baldness. Like, damn, times sure were tough back then, huh? But that's the second one. And then the third one was draw yourself. It's not amazing. Like, it's the air, you know what it is looking at it now because it's been a few hours. It's the area between my nose and my upper lip. It's just a little bit too long, I feel like. That's my biggest issue with it. Also, I have a big nose, but I have a big nose in real life too, so it's not humongous. Let's be fair. But I was like, I'm pretty proud of that. You know what? Compared to my original drawing, which I did a self-portrait before I started this whole drawing journey, just to show like what I used to draw like. It's pretty okay progress, We've gone from anime to realistic, so that's exciting. And then I decided that I was going to work a little bit on my Discord server, because I keep saying that I'm going to get around to it and then I never actually do. So I spent some time doing that, adding some new things. For some reason, it's taken me like hours to do this. I think it took me 3 hours to just set up a couple of new things, but at least that's on the side. I asked people for any suggestions if they had any of things that I don't currently have that they're like, damn, really wish this was in here. And now it is 8 o'clock and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my night because it's going to be storming. I was, debating whether or not I wanted to record video game things while I'm here, but I don't want to do that during a storm, so that's out of the question for tonight. I need dinner. You know what? Perhaps we do that. I can't decide, do I want to make another pizza? Then that means I have to turn on the oven and all that. It's not difficult to make a pizza. It's just time consuming, and right now I don't really feel like that. So perhaps I won't. I'm trying to think of all the list of other things that my dad has, because he likes to give me leftovers and then be like, all right, let's go to the store. What else do you need? And I'm like, you've just piled me down with so many leftovers. I think he said there's fish sticks. I had a hot dog for lunch, so I don't want that for dinner. I have 2 Chinese foods that I picked up. Lasagna, he said. I'll probably go with a Chinese food because I know if I don't eat them, he's not going to. He's going to send them back to me. And I personally don't want to drive 3 hours with Chinese food in my backseat. Like 3 hours isn't a lot, let's be fair. I just don't want to have to bring anything with me. So perhaps I will do that, watch a little YouTube, just kind of chillax. One of these days I really want to, my dad has a Peacock account. I think it comes free with his internet. And I kept forgetting about that. So there's this one TV show that I want to watch that's on Peacock. So perhaps we'll do that sometime this week. Let's see, it's currently Wednesday, but he comes back Saturday. so we don't have a lot of time. We'll see. New and exciting things, by the way. One, hashtag not sponsored, but I swear, if they give me a chance, I would 100% do advertisements for this company. I eat this Chinese food so often, I swear. I'm getting text messages. But this is a new flavor that I've never seen before in stores, so I'm excited to try it. It's pepper beef. I don't remember what it was. I almost said it was chicken. So I'm excited about this. Yippee. I was going to give you a whole spiel, and then I was like, they're not paying me to advertise them. I was going to be like, oh my god, they're so easy to make and like so good. There's not a single flavor that I don't enjoy. Why? Taipei, give me money. So I'm excited about that. But another thing that I forgot about is I have I have half of a carrot cake in the fridge downstairs. Completely forgot about. So later tonight at midnight when I want like a snack or something. Carrot cake? I've been up here eating Oreos and pie crust that has like cinnamon and sugar sprinkled on it, but it's just like the crust of a pie, not like an actual pie. Like a goofball when I could be having carrot cake. What is wrong with me? Every single time that I come over to my dad's house to watch Tiki, I get so productive. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Why are my S's so like whistly? I don't know why, but for some reason, every single time I come over here, I get so productive. I think about all these things that I can do, and I'm just like, boom, 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 getting all these tasks done. It's incredible. I don't know why, but this time, I'm so lazy. I haven't done anything. I brought crochet things. I haven't even touched a single piece of yarn. I brought my writing stuff. Haven't touched it. Books. Haven't touched it. You know what I've done since I've gotten here? Besides the drawing every so often, I've watched YouTube and Twitch. Since I've gotten here. What are we on? Day 3? Day 4? I don't even remember at this point. I don't know where I am. But all I've been doing is sitting here and either watching Let's Plays on YouTube or watching streams on Twitch. Who am I? So my dad's wife is really big into plants. If you've never seen before, there's like 80 plants in this room alone. And then there are more outside and in the basement and upstairs. There's a lot of plants. And she told me for plant care, I don't need to water any of the plants inside. Water the outside plants if it doesn't rain. Which it rained, so I don't have to worry about that. Right across from me right now is a orchid. And it keeps dropping its flowers, like the whole flower just all at once, gone. And I'm like, because orchids are notoriously difficult to take care of. It's like if you breathe wrong, if your vibes are just off, they'll die. So I'm looking at this. It used to have 5 flowers. It now has 3. It's a really pretty plant. But still, I'm like, oh my god, I'm killing this plant just by sitting here. Also, do you want to hear about my drawing stuff today? Because I finished the book, The Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, that I've been working through. And I started picking up Fun with a Pencil, which I've heard a lot of people recommend, but I wasn't sure about because it has a very, like, political cartoons, you know, that style. And I was just like, I don't know, like, that's not really the style that I want to go through for, whatever. And so I don't know that that's something that I should be learning off of, but a lot of people recommended it. I haven't heard a single person say anything bad about it. So I was trying it out, and it was like, boom, amazing. Oh my God, the way that this book teaches, which is also really weird because like it doesn't tell you anything. It just shows you pictures and says like, copy this, basically. But through copying it, I've learned so much already. Let me show you. Okay, so these first two things are just things that I did yesterday. There's something with the way that this author teaches faces, and I say it a little bit down here. She's just like, draw an oval and go for it. And I am not really enjoying the way that faces turn out when you just do that. Like, I need a little bit more instruction. So this one I tried with like a circle base, and I was still like, something's not quite right, but you know, whatever. Here's 3/4 view. I don't fully understand it, and she doesn't go into too much detail, so you know, that's cool. This is, it started out the darkest color, and then I erased in order to get this, and it's pretty cool, but like, I don't like starting from a darker color. I'd rather start from white because the paper's white and then go through some hatching just because why not. And then the final thing was to draw a self-portrait. I look like I'm 40. Like, I look 20 years older than I should be. But again, like I was saying up here, there's not really a lot of good instruction. It's just draw an oval and add the face features from there. So this was me drawing an oval and adding the facial features from there, and it's just not right. Anyway, so here, the rest of this is me starting fun with a pencil, and I literally just put the book down, and I was like, I can't do this anymore because I was doing so much. I mean, we have all of these. I was like, I need to take a break. So I've forced myself from not doing any more tonight. But these are really fun. You start off with like a circle, and then you, kind of similar to this, add all the little faces and stuff, and I'm just really enjoying myself with this. So here's all these faces, and they like immediately look good, you know, versus this I had to, where's my original face? I guess this is the first face that I did. The original book that I was working through with Depressed Elmo, Koala, whatever it was, This was like a trace directly from a picture in order to like kind of tell. But then looking at their instructions, I can't remember the author, but this was how to draw in 30 days or something like that. Like, it was not good, you know? So this, whoops, it fell. This, and I was just like, this teaching style is not working for me for faces, even though it's working really well for like everything else. And then going to a different book, and you can still see like I've gotten better, but it's not perfect. Whoops, this one. And then immediately starting this and like starting off with this. It's incredible. I've learned so much. Okay, here's a conversation for you. First of all, this angle, right? Because I was about to record from over there, like I have been, but this window is open. I have this one closed just so you can't see like the light coming through and it looks bad in recording. But when I had it over here, you could see this majorly in the background. So I moved over here and now you can see this one, but I feel like this is not as bad. And then also like some lighting, perhaps. Ooh. Anyway, so I have been editing a couple of videos on my laptop because I can do that, but I can't stream. I have this one video, it's like the video that went up before this, a couple videos ago. I don't know what the schedule is going to be like, but I have a video that went up definitely sometime before this one. In it, it's a video that I recorded in April, but I'm only just now in July. Today's July 7th, 11th. That, you know, I'm working on it right now, and I talk about the reason why it took so long in the video. But In it, I'm talking about whether or not I should stream. And, you know, as we know, I ended up deciding that I should. So, like, spoilers, I said yes. But one thing that I'm talking about in the video is the possibility of multi-streaming. And that's something that I've had in the back of my mind as, like, something that I want to do eventually, later, down the road, once I feel a little bit more comfortable with streaming. And now that it's been a few months, I feel like we're at that point where I'm like, okay, maybe I want to delve into this. So I called my mom because I can't make a decision without calling my mom. And we were talking about it and how she feels about it. And she's like, definitely, you should multi-stream. Like, I had no questions once you explained to me what that was. I was like, this is something that you should do. Another thing was whether or not I should be uploading the recordings of the stream to YouTube, or like edit the recording down to like a highlights video and upload that instead. And that was another thing that she's like, definitely 100%, that's what you should do. That way that you can reuse that same content. That's like a term that I told her, you know, but understandable. You can reuse that sort of content, get multiple things out of it. And then people who just don't want to sit down for a 3-hour live stream can sit down for a, however long that video ends up being, 30 minutes, an hour. I feel like definitely not more than an hour. And be able to just see like the highlights. Like, that made sense to her. Then we started talking about how much time that would take in order to edit a 3-hour long VOD into like a shorter highlight video, because in the past I would record for an hour and it would take me about 2 hours to edit that. Generally, just let's go with the formula that it takes me double the amount of time that it takes me to record. So let's say, for example, I stream for 3 hours. That means I would have to be editing that video for 6 hours. And that's a lot. And so it's very much just like a thought of where do I want to take this? What do I want to do? Anyway, I'm gonna get back to editing this video because I only need to like add 2 things. It's like 99% edited, but I'm watching through the whole thing just to make sure that it's good and I'm not forgetting anything, so. Okay, I guess you get to look down here, perhaps down a little bit more. Ooh, exciting. Because I wanted to chat while also making tiki food because he's yelling at me that he's hungry, so congratulations, you win. So I finished editing that video. Most of it, like I said before, was already edited. I just needed to do a voiceover for one part, and then I was watching it through to make sure it all looked good. Exported that, which took a good 20 minutes because I'm doing it on my laptop. On my gaming computer, I can export a video that size in about 5 minutes or so, because it doesn't, you know, take as long as the gaming computer is better. What more do you want from me? It's better. But my laptop, as we've discussed in this video before, is not very powerful, and so I give up on this. My goodness. It takes a little bit longer to do things like exporting videos and things like that. And then I had a couple more video concepts that I had put on that same SD card that I have had in my camera for a while, and I just forgot about them. So while I was bringing over all of the clips that I did of the voiceover, I also brought over those clips, of course. And there's like one that was finished. I don't know about this, but here's a little bit more. That I thought was good to go, so I started editing it, but I need to do a voiceover for that video. Because of course, I just can't make videos for some reason. Every single one that I'm like in the middle of, I need to do a voiceover for. And it's like, why are you like this? Just do the voiceover. So I started editing it, and now I have to do a voiceover. But I need to charge my camera, because it's currently yelling at me that it needs to be charged. So I guess we're not doing that, but I want to focus. I'm trying to like be really quiet while I do this so you can listen. It's not going very well. I want to focus a little bit more on my second YouTube channel, also known as the one that you're currently watching this on, so that I can get videos out. You know, you can observe things, see things. I know, I'm stupid. Here you go. So I want to get a schedule of like maybe every Friday I put out a video, but that's dependent on what kind of videos that I make. I could always do like little spend the day with me or spend a couple days with me kinds of videos, but it's just, I don't know, I haven't planned it yet. It's just the thing that I thought of, so I want to get like a content calendar figured out and try to fix all of this. You know how I was complaining before that I wasn't feeling very productive and like all I did was keep drawing? I found the productivity. It's in editing videos apparently. Okay, I was supposed to record some stuff for a video, like another voiceover thing like we were talking about before. I didn't do that. I did a little bit more drawing. Figured I'd show you. There's like gnats around here. I don't know why. Like, my dad has this issue. I have this issue at home. I've heard that my uncle has this problem where it's just like during the summer, there are so many gnats around. Why? Anyway, I drew 4 more faces compared to earlier, so now we have like half a page. Kind of, I guess. I was gonna say a different thing, but it's like not quite 2/3. I don't know. We got some more faces. Some of them aren't as good. I don't really like cheeks. Just cheeks in general in this way, but I'm also getting so tired of drawing faces. And I still have so many left to go. Like, I know that I don't need to draw every single face that is in this book, every single like little lesson for faces, you know, but I figure it's practice, and it's, you know, a bunch of different little things so I can practice with a bunch of different little ways. But I'm getting so tired of drawing faces. It's like I want to move on, but then the next thing in the book is expressions for faces, and like the rules for if you want an angry face, you want to do furrowed eyebrows, and, you know. So it's just more faces. And then I played on my phone a lot. My phone's almost dead, but it's currently 12:41. I am tired. I'm about to let the dog out so he can pee one final time before we go to bed. And I was thinking about this earlier, but my father is coming back tomorrow. He said around noon-ish, which means that I should probably end this video here, because I'm not waking up and talking to you before noon. You're lucky if I'm gonna roll out of bed by 11. And as I've said in previous videos, I don't like recording when there are other people around, because it always makes me feel like they have to stop whatever they're doing in order for me to record. You know, let's say that they're in the kitchen making a sandwich, and the sound of the knife in a jar of peanut butter, you know, scraping, is a little bit too loud, and they don't want to be loud in the middle of my recording. So they're just gonna pause making their peanut butter and jelly sandwich until I'm done. Or I never want somebody that I'm with to feel like they need to be in a recording that I'm doing, so I just don't record when there are people around at all. It makes sense in my brain. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna end this video. Definitely really interesting that I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing this week, but I was sure it was going to be something productive, because historically I'm always super productive here. And then not being extremely productive. I mean, there is the drawing, but still not extremely productive with all the stuff that I brought. Very interesting. I don't know what's going on this week, but something strange. Sometimes that happens. I'm gonna go ahead and go, though. I'm rambling. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed my little ramblings throughout the week. My goodness, these gnats. And I will see you next time for another video.